When it comes to list building, it's not just the person you bring in, but I really want you to think about the experience that you give them. Reverse engineer this. I want you to think about it from the opposite standpoint. Have you ever been put on somebody's email list where you weren't interested in the offer, you weren't interested in the topic, and you really got mad and you probably went down and did a spam complaint? Like, we don't want to do that to our people. When we attract people into our world, we want to make sure they're right fit people to begin with. So when we create our list and our list builders and we put things out into the world to attract the right people, we really want to make sure from the get-go that they're going to potentially be best aligned with what we're going to offer later on. So you should have a clear distinction as far as what you really want to offer so that it is built. When you build that list builder, it will naturally attract the right people into your world. Too often do we see people putting the random list builders into the world, random quizzes that are not tuned in, contests that don't have the right prize, giveaways and all sorts of things out there into the world, the freebies, just randomly pulling in the most random people. And the thing is you really need to look at the user experience. Why would you even want to email somebody that is not potentially the right line person that would even be interested in your offer later on? So we'd rather have you have a smaller list with the right people. We want to be very intentional. When you know what problem you're solving, what offer you're putting into the marketplace, then we can test and do different things to see what's going to attract the right people into the world. I know when Melissa and I go to the beach in our local area on the boardwalk, we walk down and that candy store always has somebody, they have their own list builder right in front of the store, their own little lead magnet in the way. And it's somebody that has a little, thing of fudge that's right there with little toothpicks. And it's like, Now the moment you get a taste of it, I'm like, oh, I need to go in because I'm a chocoholic and I'm going to go in and I'm going to get that fudge. They get me every single time, right? Because it is aligned. Now think about it, if I went and I grabbed that little piece of fudge, like that was the freebie that got me in the door. And then I walked in and it was like a picture framing, place or something. It was like, okay, what in the world is this? Where's the chocolate at, right? And a lot of us do the equivalent of that. We detour people off of what they're doing. We bring them into our world and we dead end them all the time. So we need to be very careful with this. We want to know what our offer is and then be very intentional with what we put out into the world, because that is going to either pull in the right people or it's going to pull in and create a disaster. Because again, if you get spam complaints, if you don't get people to open your email, that'll then send social signals to all the software out there that says your message is not aligned. And then fewer and fewer people actually see that. You'll get put in the spam folders and put in the promotions folders. You'll be blacklisted. All these things will happen to you when you don't have the right aligned people. So let's get the right people. I'd rather have fewer right people, right aligned people into your list to begin with, because from there, then the gold is on the other side. We can always make them offers, and our highest, best use as far as our buyers are concerned will come back over and over again because we align that list with the offer, and we're going to do that with the right messaging that we put out into the world. So go ahead. What is your piece of fudge that's going to drive people into your candy store? That's what we really need to think about. Begin with the end in mind.